So here I am, and I'm going to show you how we're going to be creating our pages for this album. And what you're going to need is some black cardstock, okay? And you can use your 8.5 by 11 size cardstock, okay? We are going to be making 4 pages for this album, and all of the pages will be the same. So each page will be made exactly the same. So the first thing you're going to need is a pocket, and you're going to need 4 of these at 4 3/4 by 7. Now you can do 7 1/8 if you want to. That will bring your pocket right to the. Okay, so yeah, you can do those at 4 3/4 by 7, and it will be fine. So again, you'll just need 4 of those. You will score a 1/2 inch on each side of that pocket, and then you will score a 1/2 inch on the bottom, okay? And then I went ahead and left some room on top for your punch. So if you're going to do a border punch, you can do that, okay? And then our little pocket here, that little pocket will fit right on top of where our flap is for the large pocket. And then I'm just using this little card, cut apart card, as an example, but that can fit right across that little pocket there right in the front, and it's perfect. So it fits perfectly in there. And our little inserts in this little pocket will help keep your flap closed. We will go ahead and also attach some items above, to help kind of latch them shut. But really, if you're putting a 4 by 6 piece in there, it should help keep it closed, okay? And so we are not using any magnets for this album. It is going to be no magnets at all. You will also use your circle punch, okay, for a little notch right there in the front of that pocket, okay? And I just did a 1/2 punch there to just cut a little notch in my pocket. But you can use whatever you want. I mean, if you would like to do something else, you have a different idea, you can definitely do that. And then our insert right here, I put it's 6 by 7.5, but we actually cut down our inserts. The inserts get cut down to 5 5/8 by 7, okay? And I did that because we needed to allow some room on our left hand side for our pages to slip into our hinge. So I did end up cutting that insert down a little bit for to give us that room that we needed. So here I'm just measuring it, and I'm preparing to cut it down some for us. Okay, so I brought back the little insert, and now I'm just talking about what punches you're going to need for this project. You will need the scallop dot punch that is found over at JS Hobbies and Crafts, okay? But you can use a scallop punch if you'd like. You're also going to need a 1 1/4 inch circle punch. You're going to need a heart punch, okay, and we do use that we use that on the spine, and we also use it for our tags and throughout our book, okay. Here I went ahead and did my edge punch along the pocket, the front pocket there, okay, and then I just used a cut apart card for an example here, okay. But I did compensate for the size of the pocket for punches. So whatever size edge punch you want to use, it will be okay. All right. So our insert will go right in there, and it will fold right in there, or tuck right in there. Our pocket will be right on the same side as our flap part, okay? And I just want to stress that because in the back of these pages where the flap is, the back part we will be doing other items, okay? So on the back, okay guys, so for on the back of your page 1, you are going to need to cut 2 pieces that are 4 1/8 by 7 1/4 inches, okay? And then you are going to go ahead and score them on the right and left side and on the bottom, okay? And these are going to be little pockets that we're going to have on the back there, okay? And they're actually going to flip back and forth. So we're also going to cut them to where our cut apart cards can fit inside. When you score them, it's going to fold over, okay? And you're going to score that other part at 3 5/8 inch, okay? And then you're going to fold over the 2 ends there to make a pocket. You're going to fold it over on itself. And then that little flap that's on the back there, you're going to fold behind that pocket, and that's going to be like your little hinge where your pocket flaps back and forth, okay? And then you're going to put one up on the left hand side up in the corner, and you're going to put one down on the right hand side, okay? So see how I'm doing here? I'm just flipping. I scored it at 3 5/8, folded it in, folded that little flap on the back there because that's going to be my hinge. I'm going to attach that to the upper left hand corner so it will fold back and forth, okay? And we're going to put our paper down first, okay, or I'm sorry, you're going to put your pockets down first and then your paper on top of that. So your little flap will be covered with your mat, okay, your pattern paper, all right? So that's how that will look there. And then you will be able to decorate and, you know, however you would like. So here now I'm going to go ahead and make one with you, and I'm going to show you what pieces you need to cut off of this pocket, okay? Okay, so now I'm just getting ready to show you guys how to create this wonderful pocket. So you'll go ahead and use your trimmer, and you will go ahead and cut 2 pieces of paper that are 4 1/8 by 7 1/4 inches, okay? So again, the measurement is 4 1/8 by 7 1/4 inches, and you'll cut 2 of those that are the same size, okay? And again, I compensated for an edge punch, so if you wanted to use a decorative edge punch on your pocket, you can do that, okay? So, and I just went ahead and compensated for that, like an 1/8 inch or, ½ inch punch, okay? So then you're going to go ahead and get your scoreboard out, all right? And you are going to go ahead and score a ½ inch on the right hand side, and you're going to score a ½ inch on the left. You will turn your paper and score ½ inch all the way down, and then you will score then you will score a 3 5/8 inch on the paper. All right, again, you'll score a ½ inch for the bottom part, okay, and a ½ inch on the right and left side, and 3 5/8 inch right there. And that's going to be your fold. So that will actually help your pocket fold into itself. You won't need 2 different pieces to make this pocket. All right. You're just going to fold it there, and you're going to burnish that in. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and fold your ½ inch score lines in, and you're going to cut where the X is, okay, like we usually do when we make a pocket. We cut right where the bottom score line and that side score line meets, okay, and I'm just adjusting the camera so you guys can see it a little bit better. And you're going to just cut right on that X where they meet, and then you're going to go ahead and fold those in and burnish those in. Okay, just like that. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you how or where you need to cut and what pieces you don't need anymore. So you'll go ahead and cut one of the pieces off on the bottom. That right now I'm just showing you that piece, one of the 1/2 inch pieces on the side there is going to fold over backwards, okay? So that is going to fold over backwards. All right. And then your left-hand side piece is actually going to, you're going to put, that's going to glue onto your page there, okay? So right there, where that little other 1/2 inch piece from the bottom, you're going to cut that off. You're not going to need that, so you're just going to trim that off, okay? Just like that, okay? Then you're going to go ahead and like I said, those where we put our glue, where you see I have the glue, those are going to be your pocket pieces. So those are going to fold into itself, all right? Just like that. Then you are going to go ahead and fold that little 1/2 inch piece back, all right? And that's going to be backwards. That's actually going to be your hinge, okay? So that is actually going to be your hinge, and you're going to just fold that backwards. All right. And you're just going to butt that up to the edge of the paper. All right. And I think I made a mess, so I was going to go ahead and fix that. So you're going to just, I didn't want to put it way up there in the corner. You want to leave about a 1/2 inch below that, just because you'll need some space for your insert, your card, your cut apart card that fits inside that pocket, or a tag, or whatever you would like to put in there. And so there you go. So there is our little pocket. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and make a little closure for that area. So just telling you not to worry about anything. We're going to close so it will not flap back and forth. Okay, and then here we're going to do the same thing. So I had already cut off that bottom part. Here I'm putting glue on my little tabs that are going to form our pocket. And where I scored the 3 5/8, that's just going to fold into itself and form our pocket. Okay, and then you are just going to go ahead and put that little flap, 1/2 inch flap area. You're going to go ahead and just put that behind. You're going to fold that behind your area, or your pocket, I mean. All right, and I just snipped a little bit, just mitered it a tiny bit. and then here you're going to put glue on that 1/2 inch strip, and that is actually going to attach to your page. Okay, and you're just going to butt that up against the edge of that page there, and you're going to burnish that down, and then your mat, your pattern paper, it will fit nicely over both of those hinges, so it will cover them up, okay, and you won't have to cut extra little pieces to cover them. Okay, and then now I'm just showing you where your pocket is going to go in the front there, and you will just go ahead and place that on after you place your pattern paper, your mat on top of your page, okay? So that will go down just like that, and then our flap will fold down, and then there is our insert, and we will decorate that at a later time, okay? And I just went ahead and stuck some tabs on there from the sticker sheet. I thought that those tabs looked really nice on those, so I went ahead and just stuck the tabs on top of each one of those inserts. And that I went ahead and made little backs for those, like some of them out of paper, and then some of the tabs I just stuck together. So here I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create a tab with your sticker tab, and basically I just go ahead and stick it on top of a scratched piece of paper. Okay, so I just go ahead and grab a scrap and I lay my sticker on top of that, okay, and then I just fussy cut around it. So that way I have two of them together, and I have a nice pattern that shows on the back of that insert. And they're really easy to cut out. They're not, I mean, especially if when you stick them on a piece of scrap paper and you just cut around it, it's really easy to do. So there is the design on the back there, and then you can just open that up right in the center and apply some glue to it, and it will go ahead and stick down right to your page. And then you have two little tabs ready to go. So really simple and easy to do for your inserts, or your pockets, or whatever you would like to use them for. And you just match up the tabs together, and there you go. So you have your nice little tabs for your inserts. So they look really nice and neat, and I just think they look really nice. And it just fits right into your little pocket right there. Okay. And remember, do not close that left hand side area there. You want that opened so it will fit on our hinge, okay? And that just fits all the way down in there, just like that. So there we go. And that is how you're going to make your pockets for page 1 and your little insert. And the inserts are basically all the same. So you will do the same thing for every insert that you have, okay? And then here I'm just kind of deciding what paper I'm going to use for the front of page 1. So once I decide, then I will be right back, okay? On all of my pages for page 1, all of the pattern paper or design paper that you use is cut down to 1/8 of an inch shorter than the measurement that you're going to get, okay? So for page 1, okay, I'm going to take everything out for page 1. And for page 1, okay, we went ahead and cut out and made all of our pages, all right? And I'm going to zoom back out for you. Here we go. And so let's see here. I have my book sitting here. So all of your pages should be measuring 6 6¼ by 7 3/4. Okay, so those are all of your page measurements. The front should measure that and the back. Okay, but for your pattern paper, you are going to go ahead and cut your pattern paper at 6 1/8 by 7 5/8. Okay, and you're going to need 2 of those. So you're going to need 2 for page 1. So you will need 1 for the front and 1 for the back. Okay, so you'll need 1 here and 1 here. Then, okay, then you're going to need a piece of pattern paper for your pocket, and that is actually going to be at 4 1/4 by 7 or 6 7/8. Okay, depending on how you cut your pocket and depending on how your punch is, what decorative punch you're using on your edges, okay, depends on how much your pattern paper is going to be cut. Okay, so like mine is going to go up here on like this, all right, and my pattern paper measures my pattern paper actually measures at 5 7/8 by 4 or by 3 3/4. Okay, so that's how much mine measures right here. All right, and so then that will go here. So then my design paper is actually going to go right here, like this, and then I have my little top pieces here, okay, and these actually are going to measure at 2 5/8, and again they're going to measure at 6 1/8, okay, and you're going to cut 2 of those out because you want 1 here and then you want 1 on the inside, okay. The other thing that I did was I went ahead and cut, I used a circle punch to cut a half circle right in through here, okay. So in order to get my paper to measure or to go around that half circle, I went, after I cut my paper, okay, which was the 6 1/8 by 5 7/8, okay, I went ahead and just took my circle punch and punched a half circle right there. Okay. The other thing you can do is you can also lay your paper on top of that, and you can actually fill and use your pencil and draw a line around that. Once you draw your line, get your circle punch, look for your drawn line that you did, or your traced line, and just go ahead and punch that. Okay, so there's two ways that you can get that correct, and I will go ahead and demonstrate that on page 4. Okay, so here, and then on the inside, we're going to have our little pull out, and that is going to be 5 5/8 by 7 1/4. I mean, by 7 1/2. So we have to compensate for some room on the side here where our hinge is going to go. So that is going to be right here. Okay, and so I didn't cut any paper for these yet. I wanted to wait until after I got everything papered and then go back and do these as our layouts. Okay, so that will be set to the side. Your first piece right here that we're going to lay down looks like this on the front, okay, and looks like that on the back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and lay this down here. All right, and again, everything is measured about 1/8 of an inch smaller than my cut on my pages. Okay, so just making sure you get your edges real good and your corners. And we're just going to lay this down here like that. Make sure you have it in the correct spot for your area here. Okay, just like that. I'm just going to burnish that down. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and that right here. Okay, and I went ahead and rounded my corners already, so I'm just going to go ahead and round it just like that. You're going to go ahead and put that on here. Okay, just like that, and then you can burnish that in. Okay, just like that. Alrighty, just like that. Okay. And then this is going to go right here, just like this. Just love the roses on this paper, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's so, so pretty. Just love it. And then here, you're going to put this on here. And I haven't done the back yet, so that's why it still has the pieces in there. So we will get to the back in just a bit. Yeah. So there we go. All right, so there is that. Okay, now, next we're going to do our pocket. Okay, so I'm just going to grab our pocket. And again, I'm going to show you, after you get your pocket cut at 4 3/4 by 7 7/8, okay, or I mean 4 3/4 by 7, or if you do 7 1/8, depending on what you do, you need 4 of these because all of our front pieces with this flap are all going to have a pocket. Okay, so you'll need 4 of these. You're going to go ahead and cut on that X, okay, like we always do. Okay, just like that. Then you're going to fold it in like this, okay, so you're going to have that. And we're going to go ahead and just lay this down. And you want to go ahead and, if you want to do all of your edges first, okay? And I'm just leaving a little bit of a border on the bottom. Like I said before, I like to show the paper underneath a little bit. So I usually leave a little bit of a border to show the paper on the bottom part. Okay. So there is that. And then I'm just going to grab my ruler and I'm just going to go down and burnish the little pieces and the little flat parts that we glued down. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay this down here. Okay. And so it's right here. Make sure I have enough edging on that. Okay, just like that. Oops, it's kind of crooked. It's still kind of crooked. So that is okay if it's crooked, because if yours gets crooked, like mine sometimes does, that's why we have those sticker borders. Yay! So we're going to grab this sticker border, okay, and you are going to go ahead, take that out, and we're just going to lay that right on top of here, just like that. Right underneath your little edge punch that we did, okay? And I'm just going to go ahead and turn this way. Line this up right underneath my edge punch. And make that straight. Okay, just like that. Just like that. All right. Like I always tell you guys, you know, you can always fix things, you know. So we can always try to fix it where it looks good. Sit there. So now we can go ahead and put that back on our little sticker strip. And there we go. So there is that. So this is the front. And then we're going to grab our little piece here, our little insert. Okay. And excuse my little glue marks, you guys. So, sorry. I'm going to stick that little pull-out right in there. Okay. That's going to go right in there like that. And it's going to flap open. over. Because we don't have any magnets throughout this album. Okay, there is none. I decided to go ahead and make little, I don't know, tuck spots or, you know, whatever, however you want to call them. I just thought that it would be like really super cute to have little pieces where our flaps fold into place or get, you know, into place here. So to do that, I thought it would be neat for us to go ahead and make them. And but before we do that, let's go ahead and turn our page over. And next we're going to go ahead and cover this spot right here. We went ahead and did these, okay? Went ahead and put these on here. And next we're going to go ahead and stick this on here, okay? Just like this. So I think, I can't remember what I wanted on there. Have this. And then these. I think I'll go ahead and take this inside here. These on the outside. I don't remember if I wanted the X and the O. I think I wanted the X and the O. Make sure I'm going to get my corners real good. Okay. And remember, this is the black, red and white checkered, and then the black, white, and X and O's go on this side. Okay, so I'm just sharing with you the pieces that I'm doing on what they look like on the back and the front. Okay, make sure you're able to put in your little flaps. Okay. And then you want to close your little flaps, okay? And then here, we're going to go ahead and cut these down. And these are going to go right here. And those are so cute. See, I don't know. I kind of like the words, but I like the pictures of the hearts. The hearts. So we're going to do the hearts. Alrighty, so there is that. And then for right here, we are actually going to go ahead and put a piece of chipboard right here. Again, we're going to make this a swinging chipboard, so this will keep our little things shut. And we're going to put one here on this side, and then we are going to put another one on the other side. I thought this little jar was cute, so I don't know if that will work or not. Let's see. But we've definitely got other things, you know, that we have around to work with. Which we have these little hearts. So we have those. We've got this little cupcake. So that we could put here. That.
We've got flowers, and then we've got our ephemera too that will actually help. So we've got a lot of different items here that we can use. And I'm going to go ahead and punch some of these out here. So we've got this little guy. We've got hearts. Okay. And we still have our love in our little letters that we can use. Got sweet, which I absolutely love. And I think we are going to put this one on here. I think it'll look really cute on here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this apart. Let's see. Okay. And I'm going to just mount this right here. Let's see, I don't know, maybe it won't look good. Or maybe I'll put it here. Put sweet right there. Okay. Like that. So we're decorating the pocket right now. Just like that. And so we're just going to add that. And then we need to add our little things here so it will keep our little items closed. Okay guys, I'm back. So I wanted to go ahead and use some of the little chipboard pieces as closures for our little flappies, okay? And so I decided to go ahead and get a piece of our card cut-aparts, okay? And on the back it looks like this, okay? And then you're just going to go ahead and you're going to poke a hole when you, okay. You are going to go ahead and punch a hole in your little heart, okay, right on the upper right hand side here. And then once you get your brad in there, you're going to go ahead and poke that through your card. Okay. Once you have your brad on the other side of the card, you're going to go ahead and fold that down. Okay. Like that. Alrighty. And then you can go ahead and glue this down just like this. And then this little heart will be able to twist back and forth, okay? And that will be able to hold down our little flappy, okay? So that's how we're going to go ahead and get that to hold that down. So we're going to go ahead and glue this down now. And be sure not to put glue around your little brad area, okay? And I am going to go ahead and fold that down just a little bit more. Okay. And I think my glue dried up in there again. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and just put this down. Okay, open this up, and I'm just going to go ahead and sit it right down there. Okay, I'm going to leave a little bit between the, just like a little tiny line in between the pocket and then this little card that we're laying down. Okay, I think I got some ink on there. And then that's going to go ahead, flip over, and hold that down. This little card, this is a piece of ephemera, and I just went ahead and stuck it on some of this cardstock here, okay? And then I cut it out, and it looks like this on the back, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and just set it right there. And this right here will have a closure on this as well. And I think this closure is going to have a little heart too. And this one's going to have Be Mine. So here we're going to go ahead and poke our hole on the left-hand side, upper right left-hand side of that heart. Okay. And you're going to get a little brad. Let's see. Okay. Just like that. I think, I can't tell. I think that's gold. Yeah. I need a silver one. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick it down here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to poke a little hole right there. Okay, right on the lower half part of that little card. And I'm just going to fold over my brads. Okay, and then I'm going to set this caddy corner just like that. So then this will be able to slide back and forth like that. Okay, and that'll hold that down. So I'll go ahead and put it a little bit closer to that, like that. And then I'll stick another heart right up here. Just like that. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this down now. So, again, just get your corners really good. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and lay this kind of catty corner a little bit. Just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Just like that. I'm going to grab another little heart here. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to stick this little heart up here like that. And I might go ahead and stick another one down here. It needs something. Maybe. Okay, and there we go. So those will hold down our flaps. Okay, so there is page 1. So page 1 is almost done. We just are going to go ahead and do a little tuck spot right here. And okay, to go ahead and make a tuck spot here, you're going to go ahead and grab this one, this little tag that says "Love You to Bits," and you're going to go ahead and put glue on either side of that. Then what you're going to do is, you know what, you're going to go ahead and put glue down this way, okay, just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and we are going to mount that right in the middle part, okay, right there. All right. And that is going to be kind of like a tuck spot for your little flap right here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and make sure that that's burnished down, and then you're going to lift up on your little flap here, okay, just like that. Okay, and this is going to be able to come up and down, just like that. So up and down, okay? So you're just going to go ahead and move up and then down, and your flap should stay in place, okay? So that's how you're going to go ahead and have your flap stay in there. The other thing that you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to keep your flap closed by the items that you keep in your pocket. So, for instance, if you're going to have a couple of mats, okay, you are going to have a couple of photo mats in there, you're going to keep that closed. So, we're going to cut 2 photo mats that are 4 inches by 4 inches. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and cut a photo mat that is 4 by 6. Okay, so 4 by 6, and if your photo mat stays in here, that will help keep your flap closed right here. Okay, so you will be able to keep that closed, and then also when you have these big cards in here, you will also be able to keep that closed. So that will be a helpful little mat as well for your photos. So you could just mount that right on the back of there, and there is a photo mat for you. Okay, just like that. So we're going to go ahead and mount that on there. Okay, so just like this. Okay. Okay, just like that. So there is a photo mat for your pictures. Okay, and you can just stick that right in here, just like that, and that's going to keep that closed. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut a little bit of this off, make it a little bit more even. Okay. There we go. Okay. So there is our mat, and that's just going to go right in there. Okay. And then when you pull that out, it will right there. So I'm going to keep that there, and then here we can go ahead and decorate, and we can decorate our pockets later. Okay, but now we have page 1 done, completely, absolutely done, except for maybe some accents right in through here. Okay, page 1 is done. So if you want to decorate your flap up here, you can. I'm going to wait to decorate some of the things because I want to be able to use a lot of this other stuff for the other pages that we've got going on. So now we are off to page number 2. So yay! So page 1 is done. So now we can just go ahead and we can place this inside of our book, just like this. Okay, and page 1 is done. So now we're off to page 2. And so with that being said, I will be right back. Good morning, guys. Okay, I'm back. So it is the morning. Turn on this light real quick. Okay. And so today we are starting page 2. Yay! Page 2. Yay! Okay, so page 2. Okay, we are going to go ahead and flip this over. And again, your pages are going to be, let's see here. I have everything written down here. Okay, your pages are going to be made already, okay? So, and I showed you that in one of the videos that we take, they're cut at 6 3/4 by 11, and you're going to score a 1/2 inch on the sides, and then you're going to fold it in, and you're going to make this like little pocket, right? Okay, like this. You're going to have an insert, okay, a pull out that is 5 5/8 by 7 1/2, okay? And then that is going to slide down. Once we have it on the hinge, it's going to slide down right in here, just like this, okay? So we're going to start with this one first, okay? And for this, we are just going to use our little tabs from our sticker sheet right here. And you're just going to grab 2 of those, okay? Whichever 2 you want, all right? I think I'm going to grab this one and this one, okay? Because I think that's what I'm using on the front. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab my glue, okay? And I'm just going to go ahead and put glue on one of them. Okay, just like that. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this, you know, it's smeared glue on here already, guys. Ugh. Tell you, I am a messy, messy person. Crafter, whatever. Okay, and then I got glue down there. All right, so now we're on a roll. It's Monday morning. So, okay, so this is going to go on here like that. All right, just like that. And they're going to stick together. So now you have your little tab for your pull out. So all you have to do is just add, we're going to decorate these later, and this can go right in here. So that is finished. Yay! So, but we're going to put this to the side right now. Okay. So right now, once you get your page made, you're going to go ahead and grab your circle punch, and you're going to punch a halfway mark right here, just to make a little indent. And how I did that is I just went ahead and took a ruler and kind of measured the middle of my circle and then marked it where, like, I go ahead and I put my paper down in the middle part of that, and then I just go ahead and punch just like that. And that's what makes that little indent, okay? So that is how I do that. And then, so you're going to do that with your top piece of paper, okay? And how I did my top piece of paper, another way to do this, okay, is you can put this on top of your little, once you cut this, okay, once you cut that out, you can put your paper on top of it and then just draw a line or draw, you know, trace this part and then just cut it with your scissors, or just get your punch and then just punch it out, and then it'll fit right over your little indent. Okay, super easy peasy. Okay, so that's going to be for this part here. This is actually where this is the back of this one, because for page 1, if you notice, and I'm looking, okay. For page 1, this is our top, okay? This was the little flap went in the top part, okay? This part is actually the back, okay? And where there's no flap, we just have our envelopes here, okay? And I forgot to put tabbies on these, but we can do that later. So the back So this is actually going to be your front, which is the plain side. There's no flap or anything on there, right? So that's actually going to be the front of page 2, okay? So for page 2, you are going to need, okay, a piece of paper that is cut at 4 1/8 by 7 1/8, and you're going to score at a 1/2 inch at the top, okay? And then I went ahead and did my little edge punch on the bottom part of that, okay? And then so your papers to go on top of this are actually going to be 4 by 7 7 3/4, okay? So they're 1/8 inch down, okay? And you're just gonna put that on like that, all right? And then you'll need 2 of those because you'll need a front one and a back one, all right? Just like that. So this part right here, this little 1/2 inch score line up here at the top is going to go down first. So we're gonna put that down first, all right? Or you can lay your papers down on it first and then lay it down, however you want to do it. But this goes down first before you put your main mat down, okay? And we've got some other items to put on here too before we paper it. Okay, so that's just going to go down like that, all right? And then you're going to come back and I'm just leaving my mats here, okay? So we know that our mats are for this part here. This mat goes on top of here like this, okay? So I don't know which side I like. You guys, I love this paper, and it's so hard for me to decide which side to use for this. So this part, I made a triangle or a little insert pocket that is like a little triangle, okay? And it actually opens up. So if you've done these before, usually we just go ahead and do them and lay them down, okay? This one actually flips open. So when you lay it down like this, it will actually flip open like that, okay? So that's how that's going to work. And then I made like 2 little notches on the side. If you could see these little notches, right? Those are actually going to, those are just holders. I just made them so they, nothing slides out of it. So you can actually put yours however you want. You can either have it go this way. So, and I'm getting a call, I think. So, somebody's calling me. Okay, so you can either have your triangle on this side and have it go down, or you can have it, like I said, on this side and have it flip open this way. Okay, so it's however you want to do it. I personally thought that it would look really cool going down, but I kind of actually like the going to the side too. So when we get this put on here, okay, so I'm going to zoom out just a bit, okay, because I want to show you all something. So after you get this on here, this piece right here that we stuck on actually folds into here to keep it all secured, okay? So it holds down. So we don't need any little knobbies or twisties or anything. You don't need any magnets or anything like that. It's all going to stay down perfectly by itself without anything, okay? So, so here we're going to do this right here, all right? And, but before we lay this down, okay, I need to put some glue here, I forgot. I'm going to show you how to make this, okay? I'm going to show you how to make it, and I'm just going to put some glue right here. All right. You are going to go ahead and grab one piece of paper that is 8.5 by 11, okay? Okay, so to make our little triangle on page 2, you're going to need your scoreboard, okay? And you're going to need to cut a piece of paper, 8.5 by 11. You're going to need to cut it at 6.5 by 7. Okay, so I've already done that. So 6.5 by 7. Then you're going to come over to your scoreboard and score it a 1/2 inch down on the 6.5 inch side. You're going to turn it, okay, and, oh, I'm sorry, you're going to, let's see here. Oh, you know what? Okay, so you're going to cut it 6 by 7. Go ahead and cut your paper 6.5 by 6.5. Okay, then you are going to go ahead and score a 1/2 inch down this side, and you're going to score a 1/2 inch down this side. Okay, so only 2 sides are going to be scored. Okay, you're going to go ahead and burnish those in just like this. All right, so it's going to look like that. So your little tabbies, these are going to fold inward. All right, then you're going to have one open. You're going to bring one side, okay, one side of your paper you're going to fold up, and you want it to be into that fold right there on this tab. Okay, the other one is going to be folded in. All right, so it's going to look like this. All right, actually, I take that back. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so that's how you're going to do that. All right, this side right here is going to be open, but you're actually going to just put a little bit of glue on this. Okay, that's going to be that open part. Okay, you're just going to put a tad bit of glue on there. All right, this part right here that you still have scored at a 1/2 inch, you are going to fold that back. All right, that is going to be attached to the book. All right, so this part's going to be attached to your page, and here you're going to snip that off. You are going to snip that down at an angle, just like that. Okay, and you can cut that little piece off, that little flag part. You don't need that at all. Just like that. Okay, so there you go. So then that's how that's going to look. All right. Then you are going to go ahead and, like I said, you're just going to go ahead and you're going to adhere this part here. And if you open it up, you'll have like a little piece that's bent. You can just snip that off or angle it down. It doesn't really matter. Okay, it's going to be on the inside of your pocket there. All right. So you're just going to go ahead and we're going to glue this down. Okay. And all right, so you're just going to glue this down right here. Okay, so you're going to glue that down, and you're not doing any. This one's to the back, so you're not doing anything with that one. And it's going to be glued down just like this. Okay, just like that. You're going to come down here, and you're just going to do a little spot of glue, a line, or you can use your Scor Tape if you want to, right there, just like that, and go ahead and just put that together. Okay, just like that. Okay, now you have a triangle that's closed all the way. All right, so let me move this scoreboard out of the way. You're going to come down and you're going to grab your ruler. Okay, and you are going to go in about 1/8 of an inch, okay, or 1/4 of an inch, however big you want your little slot to be. So I'm just doing 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to mark it. Okay, I'm doing a mark. Just going to mark it right there. All right. And then I'm just going to go ahead and grab my ruler, find that little mark I just made, and put it straight, okay? And I'm just going to draw a line from here, from one end to the other end, okay? And then I'm going to go in again, and I want to go in about a 1/2 inch from the edge of each of the triangles ends here. So I'm going in about a 1/2 inch, and I'm just going to tab it. I'm going to make another little notch, okay, because that's going to be my end, and I'm going to draw a line. So that way I know that's where I need to stop with my line, okay? So about a 1/2 inch from here to here, and I think that's about a 1/2 inch. It might be a 1/4 of an inch. It's about 3/8 of an inch actually. So 3/8 of an inch to a 1/4 of an inch, or a 1/2 inch, whatever you feel you want to do, right there, okay? And then you'll just draw, so now you have a long triangle right here on the edge, and you're just going to go ahead and cut that out. And that is going to form your pocket, okay? Just like that. Now you don't have to do this part if you don't want to. You could just go ahead and cut a slit in it if you wanted to. And then you don't have to worry about cutting it and all of that. So you could do that as well. Okay, so now you have your little pocket just like this. All right, and then you're going to go ahead to make your paper mats to go over it. Okay, you're just going to go ahead and trace your triangle against your paper and then cut it out. All right, so just like that. That's how you're going to do that. All right, so again, you're just going to grab a piece of paper, okay, just like this. This one's not big enough. So let's see here. Just going to grab a piece of paper like this, butt it up against your corners here, and then just draw your line. Okay, just like that. And then you're just going to cut that line right there, all right? And then you can cut it down to where it goes underneath your triangle, okay? So right now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and we are going to glue this on here before we put our papers down, okay? So you should have something like that. And you're just going to go ahead and glue this down. And again, you can put little notes or whatever you want in here. I just thought it was some pictures. I just thought it was really super cute idea. And so I thought, you know, that would be really neat to have one of those that flips open or flips down. So there we go. So there is that. So now you have your triangles, and that's going to go there, I think. And, or no, I take that back. This one is going here, and this one is going here, like that. I have that. And then here is my, whoops, not that one. Here is my pattern paper. I'm going to use, I think that's the one, that side I wanted to use was that one. And then here I have this part, and then I've got this. So now we can go ahead and we can attach everything, okay? So there is that. So that is done. And then, so this will close up like this. This will come down like this, and this will fold into our little pocket right here. Okay. Good. So that's going to fold into there just like that. And that's what's going to keep everything down. Okay. So, and then you'll just lift that up. Okay. Just like that. So actually, you really don't even need to do that because it looks like everything's staying down by itself. So how fun is that? So, okay, so to decorate this, I thought it would be super cute to put this little February 14th on there like that. And so I'm going to go ahead and ink around that though, just to kind of give it some color on there. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some embellishments on here and fast forward, okay? We have words. I got a little red on here. So up here, I thought, you know, if you wanted to put some picture mats, you could do that. So for our picture mats, I will be using black cardstock and then white on top of that. So, so I will be doing a 4 or probably a 3.5 or 3, because this is 4 across here, and we want it to fit really nice in here. So let's do a 3 3/4 inch, okay, mat, by 4. So there gives you that. Okay, and then of course I'm going to stick white cardstock inside there, so that'll give it a little bit of color. So you can definitely stick your picture mat in there. Okay, so we could do that. Actually, you know what? I think I might just do a tuck spot in there. So let's use one of our ephemera. And we're just going to use this here, I Love You. And I think we'll just go ahead and stick it, we'll stick it down here. Or we can use, let's see, you know what, let's just use some tickets. So we use a ticket here and a ticket down here. So, yeah, let's do that. So we're going to go ahead and put some little glue up on the top of that ticket. You're going to stick that ticket right up here, just like that. Okay, your picture can fit underneath there. All right, just like that. Okay, and then you can also stick another ticket here, or let's see here if we have another ticket somewhere. Another one right here, and you could just stick that one down there. Again, you're just going to apply a little bit of glue, and you're just going to go ahead and stick that right there, just like that. And then your ticket, your picture can slide in and out. So, just like that. Okay. So how cute is that? Yay! I love that. I love it. So, and if you want to, we can still spice it up with some words. We've got some words still. That is so cute. Love that. So you can definitely use your words on your inside of your areas here. Okay. I didn't put any on the top of the B part because I don't want that to stick down to anything. And I'm just going to sit it right there, just in case my picture comes down a little bit further. So there we go. So that is super cute, you guys. And then here, again, we can go ahead and do some picture mats here. You can go ahead and put some items here. So here we could go ahead and attach this jar that I cut out earlier from one of the cut-aparts. Okay, and I think I'll go ahead and stick that on there. All right, just like that. Okay, and let's see. And then we can go ahead and put this on here. Looks like it'll, like that. And we can actually add another brad to that. So I'm actually using my stash, the brads in my stash. I didn't, you know, go out and purchase any that are, I'm just using some of the stuff that's in my stash. Just the brads, okay? And I'm just going to stick that there. So here, actually, to make this kind of like a 3D, if you wanted to, okay, you can actually use your Zots. So here, we could pop that up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and stick a Zot behind here. I'm going to press down on the Zot, okay, making it flat, okay, and then I'm just going to peel off my backing. Okay, I have a little visitor today. And so here we're going to go ahead, again, get another Zot. You're just going to press that down, okay? Press it down. And these do pop up your items, so they are 3D. So here you're going to go ahead and I'm going to clip that off real quick because it's part of my brad that's showing. I don't want it to show. So I'm just going to go ahead and sit that there, just like that, right next to it. So there we go. So there is that. Yay! We got that done. And then on the inside, if you wanted to, I kind of like this paper, so I don't really want to put anything there. And then, of course, you can use one of your cards. So you could use a card if you wanted to stick that in there. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab. See, I have a few cards that I could just stick right in here. Just like that. So your cards are just going to, or your pictures, your mats, or whatever, are just going to go just like that. And then this will fold in here. And then you really don't need to put this inside of here if you don't want to, because it looks like it's pretty well folded down, so we don't really need anything. But if you wanted to, you could definitely go ahead and fold this in here, okay? And this would just slide right in here, just like that, okay? So there you go. So, and then to bring it out, you just go ahead and just kind of twist it out. For in here, we're going to go ahead and just do some little little layout here. So we'll do 4 1/8 by 3 1/4, which is, I think, the same size that we did here. I'm going to pull that out. So 4 1/8 by 3 1/4. Okay. So 4 1/8 by 3 1/4. By 3 3/4. Sorry. So 4 1/8 by 3 3/4. Yeah. So that's 3 3/4 by 4 1/8. Yeah. So, and then these will stand up just like this. So these are the picture mats. I'm just going to put photo mat, 3 3 3/4. 3 3/4 by 4 1/8. Okay, so you'll need 3 of those. Okay, so 1 up here, 1 for up here, and then 2 for down here. Okay, and we're just going to go ahead and bring those in, and we are going to go ahead and overlap them. And I think I've showed this before in my other tutorials, but to overlap, you don't want to. You want to leave this part you don't want to adhere. You don't want any tape or any glue or anything back here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put our glue on this one. Okay. And you can lay your mats down however you want. I mean, you don't have to do them like me. If you want to, you can. I mean, I know sometimes people want to do their own personal touches, and that's okay by me. All right, so just like that. And then you're going to need one down here. So again, we're going to overlay this bottom one on top of the top one, okay? And you're just going to put glue onto a little bit of you're going to leave this whole space here, not any glue or anything, okay? You're just going to bring that in, and you're going to lay it on top, okay? And the reason why I do that is because even though it's a big space we're not adding glue to, your glue is going to expand once you get it on top of your paper and you start burnishing it down. After you burnish this down, that is a good time to go ahead and lift up your papers or your photo mats and look to see where you need your extra glue. Okay, sometimes I miss spots, so I go back through and check it out, see where I need extra glue at. Then you can lift this up, okay, and you will be able to see where you need glue at. So I need some more glue right in through here, up to the edge of before this mat starts, okay? So I can go ahead and add my glue here. All right, and then I can add it on my other side. So that way I know I'm getting that glued down, but I'm not gluing it on top of that other photo mat, so I know I still have my opening to stick my photo through it. So when I get my photo, can't find this piece of square here. So when I get my photo, I can go ahead and stick that in there. Okay, So, and then here is where you can definitely go ahead and, add your own touches or whatever you want. So here we could go ahead and just put that there. Again, if you're going to add embellishments like around the photo area, you want to go ahead and just put glue on this part right here. You don't want to add glue onto the mats, okay? So like for right here, if I wanted to put this here, I'm just angling that where it can touch in between my photos, kind of bring them together. And I can still have room to slide my photo up in there, okay? It's only adhered right here, but it still has enough room for extra embellishments here, okay? So like here I can go ahead, and here I could go ahead and do the whole thing, I can, I don't have to, and then if you're going to put like words, let's say kiss me, okay, then here you would go ahead and let's say you're going to put this here. You would go ahead and leave this note, you would adhere this down to your mat. You would only adhere what's onto the outside of your photo mat, okay? So, all right. So here we go. So we're going to do the back of page 2, okay, which is this spot. All right. And here we're going to use this here. Okay. It looks like that on the back. Okay. And then for my flaps, I chose this one. And it has the words on the back. Okay. Nice pink. I love that pink. It's so pretty. This piece right here is going to go on my pocket, okay? And remember I told you need to cut 4 of these. All 4 of these are going to be at 4 3/4 by 7, or you can cut them at 7 1/8. Okay, you will score a 1/2 inch on each side of your pocket and on the bottom part. And then you will go ahead and use your edge punch on these, okay? So just like that. And then when you make your pocket, don't forget, you'll need to go ahead and cut your X's off. Okay, just like that, in order to adhere your pocket to your page. Okay, just like that. So, and then this is going to go down here like that. All right. Let's see here. I really like the black and white polka dot. That is so pretty. So I'm not quite sure which one I'm going to use. So it looks like that on one side and then the polka dot on the other side. And like I said, I really like that polka dot. I like that too. I can't decide which one to use. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And I'm going to go ahead and just lay this down just like this. And I'm going to leave a little bit of, like I said, I like to leave a little border to show my paper around my edges. So I'm just leaving that border around my pocket. Okay, just like that. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab my ruler, open my flap, and just kind of burnish that down in there. Okay, make sure that my pockets are good. My pocket is really burnished in. Kind of get it on that flap that we put glue on and just kind of really burnish that down. Okay, so there we go. So then here what we're going to do is you are just going to use your little items again to hold down your flap. Okay, and I'm just grabbing a few little things here. So I'm actually just cutting the little cut apart cards so we can put them in there. So they are so cute, you guys. So I just think that those are adorable. And so those are going to go in there, and that will hold down your flap just like that. Okay, and or like we did before, we can go ahead and we can add a little knobby thing. So a little knobby thing or a little tuck area. So for that, you can go ahead and you could glue down some items here. Again, we have another one that says Happy Kiss Day. So we can definitely use that. Okay. And again, we would just add glue to the bottom parts of these, just like this. And along that part right there. Okay, right on the edge of that bottom part. Okay. There we go. So right there. And then you're going to actually just measure where your little flap comes down. Okay, fold it up, and we are going to go ahead and just lay that down just like that. Okay, right there. All right, just like that. And then you can lift this up. Okay, just like that. Put your flap down. Okay, oops, just like that. And your flap is going to stay down. All right, and then you'll have your little hearts in there too. So how cute is that? And then when you lift it up, you can just have that little Happy Kiss Day on there. So cute. So that is page 2. So for right now, I'm going to go get me some more coffee and take a break. And I will be right back.